4x4 Dodge pickup stuck at the gas.
Gosh darn, it looks like it's kind of a little bit deeper again, but the line's really
Here I come.
getting narrow, kind of petering out too. So.
Like a foot and a half. Yeah, about a foot. I just think of it as a live cam for right now. How many miles do you think you can get in the hotel today?
Yeah. Alright, quick sound check just to make sure we're back up and running. Because it was working a second ago and then I bumped it. Alright, yeah, it seems like it's good. Alright, let's roll. Sorry about that, guys. So, simply put, man, like, sheesh. I've been having so many issues with the mic. Those of you that have been on the stream the last few days, well, I've kind of been all over the place. I mean, I've looked at them, but I haven't really taken like a closer look. They seem decent. Gotten your share of action, just like I did. I really wanted to take pictures of the stuff I have going on here. We got a nice little coating of ice here. Wow, look at the power outage. We've surpassed over 1 million power outages, and Tennessee is actually the one that's leading. Oh, the one in your mailbox, I didn't pay attention to that one. I'm sorry. We're gonna have a lot of stuff on. We're gonna have a lot of chaser feeds on here today. Blessed to be able to say that. Yeah, I see that. In fact, if I look down here, where the cursor is showing, this is Nashville Electric Service. Just all of them alone, they have about maybe half of their customers without power, and that's like 228,000 alone. Yeah, most of Tennessee is Nashville. Yeah, like I said, Nashville Electric Service. 228,000 without power and potentially rising. Yeah, 228. Georgia's almost at 100,000 now too. We still have freezing rain falling right now. Yeah, Texas has gotten up to 85,000. Kentucky has gotten up to 68. West Virginia's really crept up there as well. They're up to 35,000. I'm really surprised about Alabama, by the way. Also, we need to talk about the current weather picture, because there's a lot going on there too. We actually have tornado warnings in effect. There is a severe side to this system as well. We actually have had several confirmed tornadoes earlier. We still have 2 warnings as of right now, both of which are radar indicated. Yeah, I bet you can, John. Jeez, man, I'm just glad you're alright. That could have easily went the other way. Well, shortly before, I don't know how many of you have me on Discord or are in my Discord server, but I made the announcement that we were going to stream at about 3:30, that we were going to make this, or that we were going to do the stream at 3:30. I think it was like maybe an hour prior. Literally within 5 minutes of me making the announcement, I get a huge power surge. And I was thinking, oh boy, here we go. We were doing good. We were doing really good, and now all of a sudden, I wouldn't be surprised if power still would go out yet, but crazy thing is, like right now, we're kind of in a weird spot. We're like right on where the deformation zone is. So we're at the cusp of like freezing rain and just regular rain. But yeah, literally you couldn't make it up within 10 minutes of me making the announcement that we're going to go live. That's when that happens. It's kind of funny to me looking back at it now. I was like, wow, this is going to make me look really bad. Alright, so let's get some chasers up. We have Jaden actually available today. He's actually chasing the severe side of this. We have a few others as well. We have Moderate Motley and Storm Chaser Jones available. Also, PA Storm Trackers is out. Everybody's out today. Like, literally everybody is out and about, which is really cool. So let me find JP's feed. So that's Jayden's feed right there. Let's go ahead and get Storm Chaser Jones next. I hope this doesn't crash my computer with all the feeds that we have. Because, yeah, this is kind of new for us, you know? We actually have a group of Storm Chasers we can actually talk to, or that we can actually watch on here without risking any trouble. Up, and just like that, he ended his feed. Oof. Well, that's fine. We still got the winter weather. Alright, let's get moderate motley up then. But hope everybody's doing well. If you got any pictures, if you've had any sort of significant weather in your area within the last few days, feel free to shoot. By the way, we got a new tornado warning. This might be the first time I've hit the siren all year. Tornado warning, by the way, is in effect for the counties of Bay and Washington counties in the Panhandle, Florida. This is located 12 miles northeast of Lynn Haven, moving east at 30 miles an hour. There's a radar indicated tornado that's expected to remain over rural areas. So, pretty busy times. I think the only other chaser that's out and about right now over here that I know of, but we can't use his feed, is probably Corey Gherkin. Alright, let's try and get Motley's feed back up. Okay. Alright, so this is Moderate Motley's feed. I have to make a text thread for him, so that way we know whose feed we're looking at. Obviously, like we mentioned before, Jaden looks like he's done for the day. Wait, where is this? Okay, there it is. Sorry, the text is so big. I can easily adjust that though. Take that off of there, move this here, and then there we go. So Moderate is, by the way, he's based in Virginia. So he's seen a little bit of everything. He's seen the snow, he's seen the ice, and he's seen the freezing rain. We can scroll back up there a bit. Oh boy. Yeah, Moderate's over here towards Richmond where they're getting freezing rain. It's kind of hard to see it, I know, right now. Because I have all the warnings up. Kind of need to have them up for the tornado warning, so when we go back down south, we can take a look again. But yeah, this is just about where Moderate Motley is currently. You can see he's kind of in a dry slot between the freezing rain. Oh, Baconator, could you do me a favor on Discord? Since we have a nice little group now, I'll send you a list, but we need a Storm Chaser role. Like, we officially can say that we need a Storm Chaser role in there. We got enough people now. Because we got Moderate Motley here. I don't think he's in the server, though. John here is earlier. John in chat over here, he's another one. So we can definitely put him in there. I think there's a couple more we can go with also. But yeah, I just realized I don't have a hat on. I'm gonna fix that right now. I have no idea. That's the only problem I have. I'll let you decide. You might as well add me to there, because you can also add yourself on there since you've chased as well. But yeah, hopefully we can keep making that list grow as time goes on. But yeah, Justin also needs to be on there too. Okay, let's see if we can get another feed up while we're at it. I think Storm Chaser Jones is still available. Yep. Okay, that's his feed right there. I'm gonna try to pop in their chats too and say hello. I'm not rushing you, trust me. I mean, feel free to do that at your leisure. Let me shrink up Jones' feed because it's a little too big. Alright, we're going to shift back south in just a second here. Yeah, that's pretty daggone good. That's like $45.
Well, I'm 54, Biddy, if that helps. So, yeah, you might be, I don't know. Oh, shit. I can't use this head. Use mine. Here. My head. Oh. Try going up and over the table and not under it. You'll have more room. And it's still gonna be short. You might have to lower them a little. Face them that way.
It's like the port doesn't hold the cable at all. I don't even think I bumped it this time. The audio is ridiculous. The audio issues are getting ridiculous, man. What I was saying though, with our tornado warnings, it's going to be a big mess along the line here. These aren't going to be your classic supercells. These are going to be ugly, messy, small couplets of rotation. Quickly drop a tornado, will lift, recycle on a different part of the line, and then maybe have the potential to drop again. That's pretty much the MO. I don't think it's the cord though, North Star. I think it's the port. Like, the port does not hold the cable. The cable, I think, is actually fine. And if it's the port, then that means it's the mic itself that's screwed. Georgia now has surpassed 100,000 power outages, by the way. We're already past 1 million customers without power. That's crazy. So it's a little harder to see this couplet, but it's right here. This little tiny drop off in color here. That might be winds going away from the radar, and then this lighter shade of green is winds going towards the radar. So our rotation would most likely be over towards Crystal Lake. See, like I said before, a little earlier, these had confirmed tornadoes on it, and then as time went on, these kind of fell off. So we may see new rotation across a different part of this line. So So this is what it looks like on reflectivity. On reflectivity, you look for little inflow notches like this right here. You can see it a little bit more clearly if I pull this up further to the north. But these are what you would look for. Notches like this also have to be watched pretty closely. Doesn't always mean that they're going to be rotating. But if you see them start to have just a little bit of a tilt to it as if they're trying to spin, that usually will tell you everything you need to know. They have issued a new severe thunderstorm warning out ahead of this, and this is all radar indicated with a tornado possible tag, so they're not going to continue with that tornado warning there. Alright, so let's go ahead now. Switch our attention back towards the wintry side of things. Probably also get PA's feed back up here. We had them last night, but we'll try and get them in there again. Also going to get some cameras up from Georgia DOT here. Gwinnett County's getting hit pretty hard. So the view that we're going to have there is going to be from State Route 324. This is towards my neck of the woods. It's a little bit to my east, though. If I can get a hold of my state, where is it? Guess I gotta do this manually. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta adjust this the manual way clearly. Alright, so there's that view. We'll have the video up. Shouldn't be much traffic from there, so we'll kind of make adjustments as we go. We're back down to only one tornado. This tornado warning is only 3 minutes left till that expires, and then we're going to shift back towards winter weather again. We might have lost power over here. With as many outages as we've had, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if that's what happened. Alright, here we go. Let's try this. Yeah, I think power's out in Gwinnett. I'll check it in just a second to confirm, but I'm pretty sure power's out. But that's the third camera I've checked and have it only to have it not work. Not what I wanted. Okay. Let's go here. Okay, I'm having trouble getting that feed up now, aren't I? Come on. Please work with me. Feel free to send pictures, by the way, guys, if you have snow ongoing or if you have icy conditions. Just make sure you do it safely. If you're going to do that, just make sure you do it safely. That's all I ask. Don't bust your tailbone for me. Temperature's actually rising towards my area, by the way. It's about at 36 now. We're still getting a mixture of rain and snow, but maybe we might be getting some of that ice to begin melting. At least for a brief period before the hard flash freeze happens later tonight. Sleet and ice is starting again for you, North Star. That sounds about right. You guys have been pretty much expected to get slammed ever since y'all first got included. And it's crazy that y'all weren't really included in the storm until like maybe a few days ago. Like literally maybe a day or two before it hit. I got a way to do this. Hang on one second. I think I might have figured out a way to get PA speed on here. Since YouTube wants to play well, not YouTube, but since my computer doesn't want to play nice, or OBS doesn't, I got another way. Wrong one. It's analytics. That's my analytics. Why is it showing my analytics? Wow, OBS is really giving me a hard time today. Yeah, that's the real issue with this big worm. That's a real big issue. That's a real issue with this worm. anything that falls down, even if it melts, is likely going to refreeze. And that's where the true problems begin to emerge. And it's not like it's going to be a slow refreeze for my area, for example. Even though we're above freezing right now, once the front hits, it's going to be a literal flash freeze. Black ice, and then we'll still have ice on the trees. We still do now. Dang, why can't I get this to work though? All right, let's try this again. There we go. I think we got it now. Finally. Yes, I am. Indeed, I am, MX. We have a lot of standing water right now towards where I am. Do we lose Jones's feed? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so big problems. Big problems. Alright, all tornado warnings have now been allowed to expire. We're now looking at... Now we're kind of looking more so towards just thunderstorm winds for the most part. And these do still have tornado possible tags, so we're going to need to pay attention to those. It looks like we're starting to get towards that warm nose now, so it is, the temperatures are going to ramp up a bit for a brief period. But you can already see where the cold air is. I have the temperature overlay on here, and you can see that we're getting into the low 20s already all the way in Tupelo. And this is going to move in pretty quick. So the thing about that is we might get maybe an hour, maybe 2, if we're lucky 3 hours of melting, but whatever melts is going to end up refreezing and refreezing in a hurry. The 32-degree line from the trough is all the way back here. It kind of stretches out right to about here. So realistically, we'll be back below freezing within an hour or two. And that's just my area. These other areas up to the north that are seeing rain, it's going to be even faster than that. As you can see where the rain is here, over towards Asheville, Tennessee. Right behind that, you're into the lower 40s, and then right over towards Cookeville, we're back towards 32 again. And hence the real problem that we have with all of this. Let me see if there's any other cameras I can find over here in Georgia. Let's see if we get something here over towards Lawrenceville Highway. This is in DeKalb County. Okay, we got it, I think. Look at the icicles. Oh, I don't think this one's working either. Alright, so how many feeds do we have up in total? Alright, so obviously we have... Yeah, I don't think Lawrenceville's working, but it doesn't matter. Alright, we're gonna add some music into the equation too. No point in not doing that. We made it pretty far through the playlist yesterday, or at least the 10-hour part. We were live for about 6 hours yesterday, actually a little bit longer than that. So, maybe we end up finishing it today if we're lucky. Because like I said, there's still a chance that we end up losing power here. But, theoretically, I don't see how we lose it during the stream, though. So I'm feeling a little bit more confident now. I think we survived the most vulnerable of times, but it's hard to say at this point. Oh yeah, we only got like maybe 1 hour left of that instrumental. I'm gonna try to find another camera over here. Okay, this is... Nope. This is not working. Not even close. It gave me like 1, maybe 2 seconds, and that was it. That's a bummer.